A while ago, I was watching a podcast with Andrew Tate, and there he said something very interesting. The reason why most people don't succeed in life is because of these three reasons. They are either stupid, arrogant, or lazy. The part of people that are actually stupid that can't make it is incredibly small. And probably 90% of people who don't want to do anything are not lazy but arrogant. I actually wanted to talk about it because that's something that is still in some ways a problem in my life. Arrogance is something that prevents you from growing. Let me give you an example. People who are arrogant, they just refuse to learn because they think they know better. That is a problem. That is the problem, especially when people refuse to learn from others. A couple of years ago, I had a neighbor back in my country who was a millionaire. Not dollar millionaire, but that currency millionaire. He was a programmer, C++ programmer, and he was incredibly smart. He was a kind of an alcoholic and sex addict, but that doesn't matter because he had some real skills. So I had a direct opportunity to learn from him. My mother actually tried to communicate with him a lot, especially to build some contact, some connection with him. I did that too, but anytime that a thought of learning from him came to my mind, I just thought, I know better. I know what to do better, even though that doesn't make sense. Because if you think about it, he has 10 plus years of experience. He definitely knows better than I do. He definitely has some experience and has something to teach me. So that was the problem. After school graduation, I actually started coding, and there was a direct opportunity to kind of talk to him every day because he worked from home, and I just didn't take that opportunity. I thought that I can learn it myself. I will do that. And now that I watched that podcast with Andrew Tate, it kind of makes sense why, in a way, even though I am faster than 90% of college students, I am still not there yet. Almost in any skill, in anything in my life, I would always say I know better for myself. It actually came to the point where my brother would say that I was too stubborn to even hear others, to hear their opinion. That was something that I just also kind of rejected by saying to myself, I know better for myself. That's a real problem. I was always trying to do everything myself. And I actually started to notice that in other people as well. I tried to analyze my past, where I saw that, where I encountered that. There were a lot of things like that. For example, in my school, the last year of high school, right before graduation, my English was actually better than the teachers. I was not certified, obviously, but the people around me, when I asked them whether they wanted to speak on my level, they would never say, no, I don't need that. They would always say like, yes, of course, but nothing. They didn't do anything. I'm not saying that I could have taught them, but I had definitely something that I could give them for free. It was actually fun for me to explain stuff, to explain those weird things that I learned from Reddit forum or something, those weird language differences, the difference that explains a phrase in some context, something like that. It was always fun for me to explain that, but I just thought I was the only one interested in it, so they just didn't care. But whenever you asked someone whether they actually needed English in their life, they would always say, of course, that would be such an opportunity. But they would never do anything. They would take courses, anything like that. I would always try to tell them that most of the courses there in our country were scams. They wouldn't teach you anything. I would always tell them that I could just explain to you if you just talk to me. Why don't you do that? They would just smile. That's arrogance. People just don't want to learn because they feel inferior to that. Andrew Tate on that podcast actually showed a bit of his mindset that if he woke up one day and he wanted to bake cupcakes, the first almost instinctive question that he would have was, who can bake cupcakes? That is the fastest shortcut to learn anything. And by shortcut, I don't mean it the easy way. It's the fastest way. It's the same like in the book, The Millionaire Fastlane. MJ DeMarco explains the difference between get rich easy and get rich quick. Easy never works, but get rich quick, it might work, but it's going to take tremendous amount of work. It's the same here. You're gonna learn from someone, it's going to be incredibly quick, but it's going to be hard. And people are arrogant. He also said that everyone, literally everyone who's watching those videos, those podcasts, those not even motivational but self-improvement stuff, whenever the author mentions something, a link usually to something, to a product, especially when it's free, people just don't go there. Why? It's going to take like 6 seconds to sign up for a newsletter. Andrew Tate's or the podcast or your favorite self-improvement channels, it's going to take literally 6 seconds to type your email there. People still don't do that. They know that whom they're listening to, they are better than them, they have a lot of things to teach them, but people still don't take action. They don't do anything. It's going to take 6 seconds to sign up for a newsletter. It's going to take a minute to download an ebook. They don't even have to pay for anything. People still don't do that. It's free. The value, the tremendous amount of value given to them is free, and yet they still don't take that. I don't remember Andrew Tate saying a lot of things about laziness, but my viewpoint is that laziness doesn't really exist. You can either be productive or a bum. That's just how it is. You can try to make something with your life, or you're just an idiot. Laziness is just an excuse. Whenever they don't feel like doing something, they write it off by saying, oh, I'm lazy. Yes, you're not doing anything. It's kind of that confirmation in their mind that yes, they are, so they don't have to do anything. If you really want to learn something, remember that always, not just be humble, but remember your arrogance. Ask yourself whether it's trying to get in the way of you learning something. Maybe there's an opportunity where you have to do something you don't want. Not because of the money, but because of that person is someone. That's probably your arrogance there. That's probably something that you don't feel like doing because that person is the person. That's probably the reason. You're probably arrogant to learn.